Praise God for everything that He has done, for everything that He is doing, and for everything that He is about to do. Hey there, brothers and sisters in Christ. Today I'm going to talk about the Good Shepherd. Before anything else, I just want to read to you my favorite chapter in the book of Psalms. Psalms chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the paths of righteousness for His name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for You are with me. Your rod and Your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runs over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Whenever I listen or recite this chapter, I'm always reminded that God is always with me, in good times and in bad. It reminds me that He is always there, watching over me. Jesus said that He is the Good Shepherd. Today, I want to read to you a part of the book of Matthew that shows that He is indeed the Good Shepherd. Together, let's read Matthew chapter 14, verses 14 to 20. And when Jesus went out, He saw a great multitude, and He was moved with compassion for them, and healed their sick. When it was evening, His disciples came to Him, saying, This is a deserted place, and the hour is already late. Send the multitudes away, that they may go into the villages and buy themselves food. But Jesus said to them, They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. And they said to Him, We have here only 5 loaves and 2 fish. He said, Bring them here to me. Then He commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass, and He took the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, He blessed and broke and gave the loaves to the disciples, and the disciples gave to the multitudes. So they all ate and were filled, and they took up 12 baskets full of the fragments that remained. Look at what Jesus did here. He does not let His sheep go hungry. And what's interesting here is that in verse 19, it says that He commanded the multitudes to sit down on the grass. This reminds me of Psalm chapter 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, because He knows what I need and He won't let me go hungry. He makes me to lie down in green pastures, which is exactly what He did to the multitudes. If God provided manna to the Israelites in the wilderness, then He can do it again, because He is the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. Now, after feeding the multitudes, He sent them away, and He told His disciples to get into the boat, and He went up on a mountain by Himself to pray. After that, He walked on the sea towards His disciples, and when they saw Him, they thought that He was a ghost. But He said, It is I, or it is me. Do not be afraid. And let's look at what Peter said. Let's read verses 28 to 32. And Peter answered Him and said, Lord, if it is You, command me to come to You on the water. So He said, Come. And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, Lord, save me. And immediately Jesus stretched out His hand and caught him, and said to him, O you of little faith, why did you doubt? And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. This is a story that is already common among Christians. But it's just so interesting that it is still connected to Psalms 23, verse 2 and 3, which says, He leads me beside still waters, and He restores my soul. That's what actually happened to Peter. He walked on the water. And yes, he sank when he began to be afraid of the wind. But then, Jesus immediately grabbed his hand. Indeed, the Good Shepherd won't let us drown. He would always catch us when we fall. The Good Shepherd is a compassionate and a loving God. But above these benefits, this is the best thing that Jesus did for us. He himself said, I am the Good Shepherd. The Good Shepherd gives his life for the sheep. One time, my Korean student, who knows that I'm a Christian, asked me about my reaction on a statement. And the statement was like this: Christians have their own salvation. Muslims have their own salvation. And so with other religions. It means that as a Christian, if you believe in Jesus, then Jesus will save you. And as a Muslim, if you believe in Allah, then He will save you. And it was hard for me to answer that question. Obviously, my beliefs are contrary to what he said. And so I just tried to answer him in all honesty by saying, well, we have so many gods and goddesses in this world, but among all these gods and goddesses, there's only one God who died for his people, and that is Jesus. And that shows how much He loves me. So if I'm going to believe in a God for the rest of my life, I would only choose the God who died for me. Jesus, the Good Shepherd, won't let us hungry. He won't let us drown in fears and anxiety. And He loves us so much that He died for us even when we were still sinners. So whenever we feel weak, tired, and unworthy, let us just remember that we have a loving, forgiving, and a compassionate God. God's grace and mercy be with us all. Shalom.